What's up, fam? This is Coach C. Listen, I stopped by to encourage you today. Faith over numbers. Come on, somebody. What are you talking about? Man, I'm talking about Gideon, man. Gideon had gathered a large army, but God instructed him to reduce it. Come on. He instructed Gideon to reduce that number of his soldiers. I mean, from 32,000 soldiers to 10,000. You know, this was to demonstrate that victory would be due to God's power, not to the size of an army. Come on. If you have your Bibles, go to the book of Judges. It's a great story. Chapter 7, verse 2. You know, I call it the process of elimination. Gideon had first reduced, watch this, his army. This man had an army of 32,000 strong, right? And God said, reduce it to 10,000, you know. And then he used the criteria. He says, find out which ones want to leave and let them go. And then God told him to reduce it even more from 10,000 to just 300 men, you know, based on how they drunk water. Come on, somebody. So this process emphasized that God often works through the seemingly weak. Keyword seemingly weak. Don't mean you're weak, but seemingly weak or small things to achieve great victories. Some people say do more with less. Come on, somebody. Victory doesn't come through numbers. Victory comes through faith. And that's what God is trying to convey to us today. I don't know who you are. I don't know how reliant you have become on numbers. All right. God has called you to reduce your staff, or the government may have reduced your staff. But guess what? God can do more with your less. Come on, somebody. You know, in the land of Israel, you know, they was crying for help, and that echo and cry for help was heard by God. Okay, he understood that the Midianites oppressed the people, and God in his infinite wisdom called upon a humble man named Gideon. Come on, he may be calling on you to deliver his chosen folks. Look, though Gideon was hesitant and he was filled with doubt, just like anybody would, God answered the divine call by gathering an army of 32,000 men, convinced that strength in numbers, come on somebody, would secure the victory. See, if I had an army of 32,000, you know, that may go to my head and I may think that my strength in numbers is bigger than God. You know, however, God had a different plan. And he spoke to Gideon and he said, the people you have, watch this, are too many for me to deliver Israel. Come on, somebody. God is saying the people you have is too many to deliver, for him to deliver the people from Israel. But watch as the 22,000 soldiers turned and fled, leaving him with just 10,000. Yet the Lord was not finished with Gideon. He instructed Gideon, watch this, to take the men to the river, come on somebody, and observe how they drank. Whew, glory be to God. Watch this. Those who lapped water like dogs, alert and vigilant, would be the ones chosen. Listen, I need some dog lappers today. Listen, in a miracle twist, only 300 men remain, proving that God often works through the seemingly weak to manifest his might. You know, and that's what it's about at the end of the day. With his small band of faithful warriors, watch this, Gideon approached the Midianite army. He approached the Midianite camp, and under the cover of darkness, armed, come on somebody, with trumpets and torches, that's all he had, hidden in clay jars. Come on somebody, their strategy was so unconventional, but I believe it was divinely inspired. And at Gideon's signal, watch this, they broke the jars. At Gideon's signal, they broke the jars, and they revealed the torches and sounded their trumpets, shouting, come on somebody, for the Lord and for Gideon. The Midianites, caught off guard, they turned, come on somebody, upon one another in chaos and in fear, leading to their swift defeat. Listen, through faith and through obedience, Gideon and his 300 men demonstrated that true victory lies not in numbers, lies not in might, but only lies in trusting in the power of a sovereign God. And the people of Israel, come on, they were liberated that day. And their faith was renewed as they witnessed, come on somebody, the mighty hands of God at work through the smallest of armies. What does that mean to you? Don't get caught up in the numbers. Don't get caught up in what you don't have or have. Get caught up in your faith. Put a demand on your faith for God to do it, just like he did it for Gideon. He'll do it for you. This is Coach C, second son of Peggy. That's my share. Let's go. Let's get it. Faith over numbers.